The city walls trembled under the distant drumbeats of approaching armies. Smoke from burning villages carried on the wind. Lady Elina watched from her balcony as the banners of the conqueror's forces appeared over the horizon. She was not a soldier, nor a diplomat. She was a noblewoman, raised in halls of stone and velvet, trained to manage estates and advise her husband in council. Yet here she was, facing a force that respected neither bloodline nor treaty. The conqueror demanded submission. Elina refused. Word of her defiance spread quickly. Soldiers were sent to bring her before the war camp. They did not knock politely. They dragged her through cobbled streets, past terrified townspeople. Her head held high, every step defiant. Inside the war tent, the conqueror loomed, tall, armored, eyes cold as iron. He offered mercy in exchange for obedience. She refused, and in that refusal she sealed her fate. The guards whispered among themselves. This woman would be made an example. Her courage was to be punished publicly, a warning to anyone else who dared resist. The city square was cleared by dawn. Wooden platforms were erected. Elina was forced to kneel in full view of the people she had protected. The conqueror's soldiers circled her. She remained silent, unbroken. The punishment began not with blades, but with humiliation. Jewels ripped from her fingers, silk gowns stripped away, her hair unbraided and left wild in the wind. The crowd gasped, some in pity, most in fear. A herald read her crimes aloud. Refusal, disobedience, insolence. The conqueror watched, unmoved. Fear was his weapon and she was the message. Chains clamped around her wrists, cold and unyielding. Every detail of her punishment was designed to remind the citizens. Defiance has consequences. Yet Elina endured. Even in fear, she carried herself with dignity. That night, she was dragged to a tent near the general's quarters. She could hear the distant laughter of soldiers celebrating victories, their voices mingling with the cries of those who had refused before her. Elina's mind raced. Escape was impossible. Survival required strategy, observation, patience. She learned the conqueror's habits, the guards' routines, the weakness in their pride. She spoke little, let her silence speak louder than words. Even as her punishment continued, food rationed, sleep interrupted, she discovered a form of power in endurance. The conqueror had underestimated her resolve, and in that endurance, she planted seeds of influence. Weeks passed. Stories of her defiance spread beyond the camp. Rumors of her bravery reached neighboring cities. Some nobles whispered that Elina's courage had sparked hope in the oppressed. Inside the camp, the conqueror noticed. She was no longer just a warning. She was a symbol. He ordered stricter punishments, but every act of cruelty only strengthened her resolve. The people outside began to believe, if she could resist, maybe they could too. Her defiance had changed the purpose of her punishment. No longer a warning against rebellion, it had become a testament to human spirit. Years later, when the conqueror moved on to other territories, Elina remained. Scarred, weary, yet unbroken. She had survived what many thought impossible. Her story traveled far and wide, of a noblewoman who refused an army, a conqueror, and oppression itself. History remembered not only her suffering but her courage. Her punishment was meant as a warning, but instead it became a beacon. If the story moved you, subscribe to Whispers from the Past, where the untold tales of bravery and defiance are brought back to life.